Currently, we're gonna be talking about friendship.
Oh man, you want to start at the top?
No, we're
When
gonna. You want to start with friendship, or you want to lean to something else?
I would love to start off with friendship. I would love to start off with friendship. So
All right, start with friendship.
I was asking Yo-Yo's on the way over here. So I got into a little debacle with a close friend of mine, right? So I was asking him on the way over here, how much do you take from like a friend before you notice it's the situation maybe becoming toxic? You know, like how many reckless nights can you have? How many people around you can you hurt being friends with that person? You know, how many times can you and that person do bad things to one another? You know, before you're like, yo, maybe you and I need to call it quits or give some space to our relationship. You know what I mean? As friends, because every time you and I get together, we always fuck some shit up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the question I presented you with, because I was curious.
So what
to know,
specifically was the question? Like,
well, basically, how much can you take from a friend before you can't have that friend no longer around you?
like in my youth, I'll be honest. Like, I've always allowed people to hurt me a lot just so I can maintain a friendship.
Really?
Because at that point in time, like when I was like in my high school years and like early college years, I felt like if I didn't have friends, I wouldn't be able to. I'll be lonely. Like I'll be by myself. And this is around the time, I'm trying to come out of my shell, trying to learn new things about the world, like kind of be like venture out into like, mingling, like knowing people. Like, hey, I shouldn't be the only one that knows myself. Other people should know who I am too. So around that time, I didn't really have that many friends, even in high school to begin with. It was very selective few that I still interact with to this day.
Okay.
And I felt like there were a lot of grimy stuff that they would do. Not a lot of, not like grimy to a point where it's like, oh,
Did you continue
like
being their friend? Is the question though.
I did for a certain amount of time, and then ultimately they ended up leaving as I grew older because I realized they kept giving that same toxic energy to me, and they would give it to everybody else too. So it was like spread. It was like a virus inside of me, and I just like, you know what? I don't know why I allowed this to go for so long because you get those moments in life you have like an epiphany about somebody. Like, why do you allow like this person is bad for you in your life? Why do you continually let them be in your life for? Whether it be whether it be like a close guy friend or a girlfriend or anything
Well,
like
you
that.
know what it is because sometimes I be feeling like love is the like I don't know when you I'm not dead yet,
No.
and shout out to my because we've almost killed each other a couple times. Now that I say that, so God bless that. Yeah, we definitely have.
Ignore that, please.
Nah. Being honest, like yo, me and my best friend have done some reckless fucking things. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a straight boy. I'm a man when it comes to this shit. Like I the type to hit the fence doing 100 miles an hour and do it again. Like so we've in this case we always get into debacles and arguments. Me and my friend, we always get into really heated debates. Sometimes I tell him stop the car. I'm getting the fuck out, like because I'm walking the fuck home. Things happen, right? And in which case we really got. I know I'm a button pusher. I'm a dick. I'm a dick by every standard of the measure. I'm a button pusher. So I can understand when somebody is not in the right state of mind to be dealing with having their buttons pushed. So maybe I won't lie. I'm a provoker of a lot of things as well when it comes to our relationship as friends. So now, whatever action he therefore takes, we've tussled before, we've wrestled before, we get into heated arguments before. We have not yet to damage one another's property up until this point. So now, when something like that occurs, right, when you cross that boundary and you damage somebody, now when you see it starts to affect like how. I mean, I guess it doesn't affect how me and him move as individuals, but in our friendship, yeah, Now, I guess we have to be a little bit more cautious. We know after 12 o'clock between us, nothing good's happened after the second six-pack. You understand?
Well, are we talking 12 p.m. or 12 a.m.?
12 a.m., B.
If it was 12 p.m., that's a real toxic shit.
Nah.
You fucked up at 12 p.m.?
Me and my G are known to go to 6, 7 in the morning. There's no reason you should be out 6, 7 in the morning drinking. I will second that.
No,
unless you're in the studio putting in work.
That's how you end up on intervention. You ever seen those interventions? They'd be like, I start drinking the moment I wake up at 5:15 before work, and then as I'm driving to work, I'm drinking, and I sit down at my desk, I start drinking.
Those are people that are dependent on alcohol. We have a good time. We just use the alcohol to induce that good time. You understand? Like, there's never any really qualms. It's just our heated arguments are always over probably progression, working hard, and we probably just really want what's best for each other as individuals. But the way of expression is just totally different. That's why I got to thinking throughout the whole week. I'm like, and bullshit. I was just with the nigga 2 days ago drinking a 6 pack. So, I'm talking that hell shit. I love my nigga. Don't get me wrong. I love my nigga. But we both had to have a conversation about it, because as bad as he feels about him doing an action to me is as bad as I feel about any action I've ever committed towards him, and me even pushing his buttons to get that far. So it's something that was recognized between us as men and friends, and we just had to be better from it. Feel me? So that's why I asked you in the car where you place people that do bad, not necessarily do bad, when they don't do bad things on purpose.
Yes, it's like
It hurts. You know what I mean? It bothers.
it's like when I got older. For me, it's like I kind of had to learn to cut off people like more instantly, like instead of giving that whole give you a second chance. So I was as I grew older, it's like I had to be very selective of who I let in, because I'm a very closed off person, believe it or not. Like, it may look like I'm out there all the time, but most of the time, at least 95% of the time, I'd rather just be home, not going anywhere, not interacting with anybody. So I don't get hurt too as much as most people do, because I stay the fuck home and not worry about other people's business. But the thing with me, what I learned, just
That's
being
a crazy
like,
bar though to say, that like you stay home to be not sheltered, but to keep yourself protected.
yes, and it's like the the more, because I'm a very understanding dude. Like, I'll hear everybody's problems, every situation. So it gets to a point now where I'm like so removed from everybody's issues and stuff that most people haven't need to just hit me up and just tell me about all the shit they're going through.
Because you are so removed from it, like a therapist would be.
Like, I guess they just see like, oh, they could confide to me about a lot of the issues they have, and then they just like pour out all these emotions, crying in front of me, being angry about somebody or something at me, and I'll just like, look, everything's gonna be all right. Like, just remove yourself from the situation, and to be like, oh, thank you so much. Like, I gotta learn to be more like you. It's like, you don't have to be like me, just be better than me.
I guess what people don't understand either. You get attached. You get attached to what you're aware of and what you know, right? You get attached to everything that you're familiar with. So, to not have the attachment, it's like I got friends that won't talk to me at all. Like, at all. I just said friends that won't talk to me at all. Think about that oxymoron. Who's the moron? Me. You feel me?
And who's the ox?
But they knew exactly what they had to do in between us to, they can't talk to me no more. You feel me? That's why I guess when people make mistakes around me and admittedly say, yo, I fucked up, my bad, and I know it wasn't intentional, I do make the judgment to keep them there. And I know that's offering more opportunity to bad shit to happen, because that's why certain people haven't kept me there. Bars. Talk to him, Rich.
Bars.
Yo,
So
so what you think?